Good morning. It is a little bit after 11 o'clock. I've been back from my walk for a while, probably more than 30 minutes, but um I've been figuring out some camera stuff this morning. So the other day I told you guys I got a new iPhone, and I've never been an iPhone person before. I went ahead and I got an iPhone 11 Pro Max. My theory is it's kind of like with a car, buy the best you can afford and then keep it as long as you can. So that's what I got. And I was starting to record this video this morning and I wanted to flip the camera. And what I realized is that once you start recording a video on this particular phone, I don't know if it's the same on other iPhones, you can't flip the camera. What? Apple, come on. Like, what's going on with that? It's the best phone you have out right now. You can flip the camera during a video on like every Android I've ever had, probably. So I found an app called Timestamp that you can download and you can flip the camera in the middle of it, but I think you're probably going to be able to see the time up there. But one little piece of advice, if you try to use this app, when it asks you if it can use your location, say no, because if you say yes, it's gonna put your address right there too, and obviously I didn't want my address on this video for safety reasons. But if you know of another, like a better app that you can do things like that with for the iPhone 11 Pro Max. I think the Max is just about the size of the phone, but I don't know. iPhone, so it's 11 Pro, whatever. If you know of another app that does that and does that well, let me know. I need to learn some stuff. I'm decent with technology, but I certainly don't know everything. I definitely don't know everything about Apple products. But anyway, so it's Saturday. Yay. Saturdays are good. It's another day off for me. And this is my weekend by myself, so I can just kind of go at my own pace and do what I want to do. It's always sad without my kids a little bit, but you know, you grow into it a little and it does give you some more flexibility. So I'm trying to use that to my best advantage. So have a little, I don't know if I'd even call this a confession, but it's kind of a confession. I'm going to tell you something about how long I walked yesterday, because if you remember, I thought that I had walked about 3 miles. So you know where I'm going with this. I measured it with a car. It was 1.5 miles. It was half of what I thought it was. And I didn't think it was terrible, so I was kind of like, this wasn't too bad, 1.5 miles. Yeah, I'm sweaty. I pushed myself. I worked hard. It's longer than I had been walking. The bad thing is, I had been only walking probably about 1 mile and not thinking that it was 2 miles. So yesterday I did 1.5 miles. So what do you think I did today? I know it's still not any huge long amount, but it's more than what I did yesterday, and it's more than what I did on Wednesday. I walked 2.06 miles. So today I'm going to include some shout outs because I believe community is hugely important when you are trying to do anything in life, especially something new. So first shout out, thank you Lori Johnson for the suggestion for the app Map My Walk. That really helped me this morning to make sure that I was going the 2 miles that I wanted to do. I set that goal and I made it. And look, I was walking, like, my average of the 2 miles, my time was like 22 minutes and 57 seconds. Wasn't anything great. So I was walking less than 3 miles per hour. But that gives me some data to move forward with so that I'll know how far I'm walking in the future. So there's that. There's my confession. I was mad last night when I saw that, and I was like, daggone it. But I could have just ignored it and not mentioned it again. Or I could have, fibbed to myself, fibbed to you, and been like, oh yeah, well, it was long. It was just a little shorter than what I thought it was. No, it was half the length of what I thought it was. So I've been thinking about how important it is to be real with yourself and honest with yourself, not just with other people. And I do think it's, of course, important to be honest with other people. But other people don't always know everything. They don't always need to know everything about you, whether it's, anything in your life. But as far as this whole exercising thing, I've been really transparent about it so far. And I feel like I have no choice but to be completely transparent about this right now, because how is this going to help anybody else who might be struggling with the same things if I inflate what I'm able to do at this point? So there it is. There's the truth. So be real with yourself. And if all you can walk today, if you walk today for the first time and all you do is 0.25, well, that's 0.25 more than what you did yesterday. So here's my next shout out is to my friend Robin Sabetta. Thank you for commenting on my post. And Robin said, oh gosh, I'm going to get it wrong, y'all. You can go find her post and see exactly what she said, because she was super encouraging. And that's going to be a good segue into the next thing I'm going to talk about too. But she said, every day you move is a day that you are, doing something good for you. Something to that effect. Man, I'm bad remembering quotes. Maybe I'll get better. But the other thing is she was giving advice on like leg swelling and the fact that it's hot out right now, and that your body is gonna react to that. And another friend mentioned that too. My friend Barbara said, your body will absorb water and hold on to water, retain water before you start shedding pounds. So that's important to know, which, by the way, I gained another pound this morning. So that's 4 pounds since Tuesday. And so I'm going to show you the reason that I'm laying in a chair right now instead of like normally. There's that beautiful Carolina blue sky. Okay, so there's my legs. If you can see, they're swollen, especially the left one. Now I've seen them way more swollen than this before. Let's see if I can get closer. Like, I have a problem with leg swelling and ankle swelling, but it hasn't really been too much of a problem since the whole lock. And the difference for me is because at school I have to sit like at a table with small groups a lot, and that will make my legs and ankles swell a lot. But since we've been home, I've been able to do a lot of work from the couch or sitting on my bed with my legs up, and that helps me tremendously. And I know a lot of people who are older deal with that. I've been dealing with that since I was in my 20s. Like, the first time that, even though like I've battled my weight since I was a kid, the first time I really got into the obese category was when I was at the end of college, like the very end of college. And I remember right after college noticing that was happening. I worked in a furniture store for a while kind of in between 2 teaching jobs, and I was on my feet all day long, and I probably weighed more than I do now, actually. And it was difficult to deal with, but that's been one positive of the whole stay-at-home thing, is that my legs are not too swollen, but they're a little bit swollen. So I'm definitely attributing the weight gain to water retention right now. So hey, if you have tips for your best tip for getting rid of water retention, you can put that in the comments below. Do I sound like a YouTuber? So yesterday, my friend Elizabeth asked if I'd be interested in putting this on YouTube. So I'm thinking about it. Maybe I might do that. And it's I don't know. I guess that's a little bit intimidating, putting yourself out on YouTube with like things that are vulnerable. But hey, I've got over 1,000 friends here on Facebook that I have, some are great friends, some are acquaintances, some are people I've met here and there. So there's an audience right there of people I'm being vulnerable with already. So, maybe I'll do it. We'll see. So let me go back over my mental list of things I wanted to talk to you about today. Water retention, being real with yourself. Man, if you're not real with yourself, who is gonna be? People tend to not be real with us anymore. Have you ever noticed that? Or we hesitate to be real with other people. Like, we just kind of smooth things over and we let things go. People don't confront one another. We use Facebook to tell our neighbor whose dog poops in our yard that we don't want their dog to poop in our yard, instead of going over and saying, hey man, would you mind, cleaning up after your dog? People don't do stuff like that anymore. People, neighbors don't know neighbors anymore the way that they used to. But I will say that in the last neighborhood that I lived in, like, those were the best neighbors I've had since I was a little kid. They're awesome. If any of y'all are watching, I miss you, Ramsgate people. I love you. You're awesome. I like my new neighborhood. It's a really big neighborhood. I like that it's wooded. It's quiet. But I have met 0 neighbors since living here at the end of March. Which, it's kind of hard to meet neighbors when you move during a stay-at-home order. But I'm hoping as I'm walking more, I'll meet more neighbors. Anyway, kind of getting off track a little bit, but wanted to talk about that and wanted to talk about community. And I talked about that already a little bit, but community is so important in so many areas of your life. And that's one reason that I need to make an effort. I'm going to make an effort to try to meet some neighbors. I think I might actually know some people in the neighborhood. I just don't know where they live yet. Like, people I already knew. So if you're in Pleasant Woods, y'all, holla at me. Let me know. And I've asked a couple friends, like, if they wanted to walk with me. But I was thinking about this morning too. So there's a difference between walking for enjoyment and walking for exercise. When I go out with my earbuds in my ears and I'm putting on this Map My Walk app, I'm looking to exercise. Like, I'm trying to meet a goal. I don't really have time to talk. Like, it's serious business. So I don't really know if I want anybody to do that with me. Probably not. But I might want somebody to come and, walk with me and, like, talk to me and enjoy that, like, with friends. So maybe that means I'll walk twice a day sometimes. I know. There's so many of you all out there are like, this has been your reality probably your whole adult life. Like, you move. You were made to move. You've always felt the need to move. I have never had that real desire to be active. Some of us are not made that way. I know my daughter's not made that way. She'd rather sit and draw and enjoy. My son needs to move. He doesn't move as much as he needs to. He plays too much Fortnite. If you're watching this, stop playing so much Fortnite. Just kidding. He likes Fortnite. But again, while we're not in school and we don't have teams that we're on doing activities, kids are not getting as much exercise either. And you know that's got to be detrimental, not just to their health and their weight, but to their, you know, to their mentality. That's, you know, here's what, this is funny. In the words of the great Elle Woods, exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. Happy people don't just kill their husbands. I don't have a husband, so nobody's got to worry about that. But anyway, my daughter will think that quote is funny if she watches this. We like Elle Woods because she's a boss, even though she's blonde, legally blonde. So if you didn't know who Elle Woods was, now you do. So yeah, thinking about a lot of random things today. I don't know. I might have to re-record this and narrow it down. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But those were my takeaways from today. You got to be real with yourself, and you need community. I'm going to be doing more shout outs in the future because I think that community is so important, and I have appreciated everyone who's commented. Thank you to all of you who are engaging with me as I'm going through this journey, because I mean, you guys are holding me a little bit accountable right now. I mean, I'm holding myself accountable for sure. But the fact that I know there are people that are going to watch this when I post it in a little while, that's holding me accountable. So, you know, that'll also keep me continuing to post these videos for you all. And that's a good thing. Like, I need the accountability. I need the support. And I'm glad that I know that, because there have been times in my life where I didn't think that I needed support, or I didn't think that I needed to ask for help. But there's a wealth of knowledge out there. Oh, that reminds me. I showed you guys my new tennis shoes when I was showing you my swollen legs. So I think I'm going to make a separate tennis shoe video for anybody who's interested. Tennis shoes are interesting. They're important and they're interesting. I have some foot issues. I'm going to talk about that in my tennis shoe video. I might make that later. I might take a shower first. But also, I've purposely been making these videos right after I get back from my walk. Number one, so that everything that I've been reflecting on during my walk is fresh in my mind. But number two, because I want to not care what I look like in these videos. I want this to be as real and as, I don't know, just raw. As real and raw as it can be. And I feel like I jumped all over the place today. I'll try to organize myself better a little bit better tomorrow before I do the video. But I think I got a little distracted because of the whole flip video issue, but I've got that taken care of now. So if you have iPhone camera apps that you want to suggest, send them. If you have suggestions for getting rid of fluid retention, send them. And then be on the lookout for a tennis shoe video later. I was getting ready to say, make it a great day. But then that just makes me think, the Wise Owl way. So, miss all my Westview people. Have a great Saturday, y'all. Bye.